Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about the weighty issue, where I am now. Now, it's a journey. It's a long journey, okay? And my goal is not necessarily weight loss. My goal is to be physically fit, to have all of my numbers down, high blood pressure, sugar levels, lipids, all that, my cholesterol levels down. That's what my goal is to be physically fit. It's not necessarily weight loss, but weight loss is going to be a consequence of that. Um, I've been studying health and physical fitness for about 30 years. I've been studying for a long time. I've read all the books, um, Heart Healthy Diet. I read them all, Christian and secular alike. I read a lot of medical, books written by very credible people. And you know what the thing is, all those books that I've read, all of them are right. All of them are right. Okay, so I think what I have to do is take all the good things about those books and apply them. Okay, apply them to me because um, weight loss is very individual. It is very individual. Okay, now when I was 40, like I said, because I've been studying, let me go back. Because I've been studying weight loss and health and physical fitness for 30 years, I have really tried to keep myself healthy. Uh, Back in the day, fresh fruit and groceries were a good 20% of the grocery bill. So I have been really trying. I've always eaten a lot of fruit and vegetables, raw fruit and vegetables. So I've been trying really hard. I am an emotional eater. I'll be the first to admit that. If I get upset, I want brownies right now. Okay. But what I've tried to do over the last about 25 years, I've tried to get a hold of that. Rather than eating anything like a brownie or Rocher chocolate, y'all, what I've tried to do is do something else, like knit, sew something, or write something. Work on one of my projects, one of my many projects, y'all. That's what keeps you busy. So, but I will freely admit I am an emotional eater. And I see that in my relatives too. So it could be a genetic thing, when we get upset, we eat. But like I said, I've tried to control that over about the last 25 years. Now, the way I do it is I minimize conversations, okay? Because if I know this person is going to upset me, I'm going to minimize that conversation or not have a conversation. Because let's face it, it's conversations that get you upset. So I'm going to minimize that conversation or just not have a conversation. Okay, so really you got to get a lot of negative people out of your life for good, y'all. My opinion is once I'm out of a person's life, I'm out for good. I'm out, and I'm out for good. I don't get back in. If that is a very bad person for my life or a very negative person for my life, once I am out of that person's life, I am out, and I am out for good. I do not get back in. Okay, I think that's probably a problem in the streets. They keep getting in each other's life, getting back in each other's life and each other's faces. No, my opinion, if that's a negative person in my life that has no business being in my life, once I'm out of that person's life, I'm out, and I'm out for good. I do whatever is necessary to bring peace, because it's not going to bring peace for me to be in contact or even have a conversation with certain type of people. So I don't have contact, and that's a long list, y'all. But I'm out, and I'm out for good. Now, when I was 40, or I turned 40, like I said, this friend of mine suggested that I start detoxifying my body. And I've been doing that for a while. I've been detoxifying my body, stop eating certain foods. You know, I don't hardly eat candy because candy takes me 2 years to eat. If I have like one Rocher piece of candy, that's going to take 2 years to eat because I hardly ever eat candy. Cakes probably take me 3 years to eat. Which, if it takes me 3 years, I may as well defrost it and give it to the ants because it ain't no good. Okay. So, I have been detoxifying my body for a while. Okay. Now, like I said, when I turned 40, I started walking intensively, at least an hour a day, rain or shine. And sometimes I would do 30 miles a week. Okay. But the minimum I would do is 10 miles a week. And I would walk rain or shine. And then about 54, 54, 55, sometimes I recorded what I was going to do on my cell phone. And one cell phone, I was walking 4 to 5 miles that particular morning. So, and now I'm not walking 5 miles right now, but what I usually do is go to the plaza. I like to go to the shopping plazas and just walk a few laps, okay? Um, I do 60 sit-ups. I try to do that 3 times a week. Or at least do some sit-ups. Sometimes I don't do 60 sit-ups every day. Sometimes I end up doing 10, but at least I do something. Um, so I'm still doing sit-ups now. When I was a teenager, I did 50, so that's quite a bit. So, like I said, I'm walking, but I'm walking on the plazas, okay? Um, so what? Okay, like I said, I'm still doing sit-ups. I try to do some kind of Pilates, some type of Pilates. I used to be an advocate of Pilates and yoga, and I think Pilates is one of the best exercises there is. I mean, if you want to get physically fit, you just start doing Pilates. Okay, if you want to be physically fit, you want to go up those stairs, and you want your muscles to be in good shape. Pilates, okay. Now, I think the last thing I had to conquer was portion control, because when you grow up, particularly in Appalachian, you're used to a big plate of food. When you do eat, y'all, if you're not eating, you are not eating, okay? But when you do eat, you're used to a big plate of potatoes and cornbread to, match, okay? But, so that's what the visual, we're used to the visuals, okay? But I have found I don't need to do that. So the last thing I've had to conquer, which is what I'm conquering now, is portions. So what I have decided to do, I eat either 2 spoonfuls or 2 forkfuls of whatever I'm eating. In other words, if I have some vegetables, I'm just going to eat 2 forkfuls of that. If I have something like cranberry sauce, I'm going to just eat 2 spoonfuls of that. Now, if I have soup, what I usually do is eat 1 ladle of soup and no more. Isn't that what it's called, a ladle or something? I just eat 1 of those and no more. I don't eat any more than that. That comes out to about 3/4 of a cup, I think. Or even a cup. I'd say that, about a cup of soup. That's all I eat with soup. Okay, and bread. If I make homemade rolls, I may eat a half of that roll. Okay, if I have store-bought multigrain bread, I may just eat that 1 slice and 1/2 of that 1 slice. Now, I usually, after each meal, I usually eat about 1/4 of a cup of raw almonds. Okay, so I eat almonds after every meal. I only eat 1 meal a day. So I eat the 1/4 of cup of almonds after that 1 meal. That suppresses my appetite for a minimum of 4 hours. Now, before I go to bed, I eat another 1/4 a cup of almonds, so I won't get up and eat. I discovered about 5 years ago that almonds are a natural appetite suppressant. They are a biblical food, but they are a natural appetite suppressant. Now, I'm going to get up automatically about 3 a.m., 2 a.m. So, and I know I'm going to get that growling feeling, so I'll eat another 1/4 of a cup. of almonds. And then when I get up in the morning for breakfast, I'm going to eat a fourth of a cup. That would last me until noon when I eat my first and last meal of the day. Okay, so like I said, I just eat one meal a day, and I'm fine with that. If I eat breakfast, which is going to be really, really small, it's going to be either almonds and a smoothie. Now, if I have a smoothie, I'm only going to drink about a cup of that. A cup of that in the morning, a cup of that before I go to bed. Plus the 1/4 cup of almonds. So I don't know how many calories I'm eating. I don't know. I don't keep track of that. But that's all I eat. Okay? 2 spoonfuls of whatever I'm eating, or 2 forkfuls of whatever I'm eating. And that could be a salad. I do try to eat a salad. And like I said, I do keep it to that 2 forkfuls. If I eat a salad, I'm going to have just 2 forkfuls of that salad. I'm not going to have a huge super duper salad. It's going to eat those 2 forkfuls and that's it, with a little bit of salad dressing. And I have found with this portion decreasing the portions, that I'm not hungry at all. I'm not hungry at night. I'm not hungry for the rest of the day. So I don't need to eat any more food. Now, I discovered about 5 years ago that almonds are a natural appetite suppressant. So I have to have almonds. You know, some people have to have potato chips as their snack, or Cheetos, or corn chips. I don't have to have that, but I do have to have almonds. If I don't have almonds, I'm going to raid the refrigerator, y'all. I know I am. Okay. If I don't have almonds in the morning, I'm going to raid that refrigerator in the morning. Okay. So I have to have almonds. Okay. If I don't have almonds overnight, I'm going to raid the refrigerator. I know myself. Okay. So what almonds does is suppress my appetite. Okay. Now, I think that I produce a large amount of that stomach hormone, ghrelin. I think that I do. I think that's what happens in gastric bypass, is that they get rid of that hormone completely, because as I understand it, ghrelin is at the bottom of your stomach. Okay? So in gastric bypass, they don't have that ghrelin. Okay? Because the stomach is so small, that's true. They forced to eat 2 spoonfuls and 2 forkfuls. Okay? But in gastric bypass, they don't have any ghrelin, so they don't have that signal that says eat. But I like eating the raw almonds because it decreases my not the sexual appetite, but the food appetite. So I have to have them. You know, it's not gonna be a pretty picture if I don't have my almonds, y'all. It's gonna be a very, very bad picture. Okay, so that's where I am now, and it's a journey. Okay, so I sympathize with anybody who's trying to get their weight down and trying to get healthy. I don't know why some people kill themselves with all of this deliberate overeating. Because what happens in the human body, you eat one more pork chop and that's it. I remember when I was a teenager, this one lady, she walked everywhere. She was in good shape. She walked everywhere. But Christmas, evidently she already had high blood pressure. Okay, so she ate a Thanksgiving dinner. She ate some ham, which sent her blood pressure skyrocketing, and she died. It was either at Thanksgiving or a day after Thanksgiving. It was really sad. It was really sad because she was in good shape. She really was. She walked everywhere she needed to go. But now I do not eat pork. If I do eat it, it's about once a year. And sometimes I eat a ham biscuit. But I don't eat pork once a month. I don't eat like that. I very seldom eat beef. I only eat that once a year. You know, 4th of July, I might have a taco. 4th of July, I might have something, a rib or something that's made with beef. But I try to limit that to just once a year. Pork and beef once a year. In fact, anything made from a cow, I try not to eat at all. Anything made from a pig, I try not to eat at all. That eliminates a lot of cholesterol. Now, yogurt. I do eat yogurt every now and then, but again, I use that 2 spoonfuls rule that I made myself. I do eat yogurt basically for the calcium. Okay, I think sometimes you just need some calcium in your body, so I eat yogurt for calcium. The doctor said no shrimp, no lobster. So no more shrimp fried rice for me. Exotic fruits, I have to be careful. I have to limit those because they are high glycemic. But I do like papaya. I like pineapple, papaya, and mangoes, and coconut. I really do like tropical fruits, but I have to limit them. I have to do what the doctor says. Okay, so that's where I am now, and I know it's a journey. It's a long journey. It's a 30-year journey with me. It could be longer than that because if you think about what happened in my teenagehood, is longer than that. Okay, so I definitely sympathize with people who are having. It's not even about food. It's people who are having psychological struggles with food because they were molested when they were young, so they use food to stop thinking about it, to comfort them. They were abused verbally and physically by their family members. Okay, so they use food as comfort because they don't want to deal with it. So I sympathize with people who are going through these psychological issues and they're using food to cover it up. But that's where I am now. Y'all have a nice day.